You can ask them any questions. So,
and also the parents, because I know a lot of the older brothers and sisters coming from like foreign countries, they not used to like seeing drug addicts in their family. You know what I mean? So also the parents, if you have a kid or a child that's caught up on drugs, you should support them rather than beat them down and say, why are you doing drugs, and smack them. That's not going to get them off of drugs like that. You know what I mean? Because we live in a community, if some of the kids come home and say on drugs, their mother and father will try to kill them, literally. Thinking that beating your kid is going to help, that's not going to help. You should support them. You should say, look man, you have this problem, I'm going to try to support you, whatever I got to do to beat it to get you away from the drugs. Not take off your saying and start hitting them in the back of the head and say, how you want and all that. We don't need all that. You know what I mean?
When you first became a Muslim, when you went to Mecca and went back to America to the studio, how long did it took to clean yourself, like to get in Islam, into the Islam? How long did it take?
But I'm still trying to get it together. You know what I mean? Islam is something, it's a struggle that we're going to fight until we're in our grave. It's not like a certain time period that you can say, I took 2 months and I got it together. As a Muslim, man, this is a jihad, this is a fight against our nafs until we're in the grave. You know what I mean? So it's a fight forever. You know what I mean? We can't sit and say, well, it takes 6 months to read this, drink this. It doesn't work like that, man. I wish it was that easy, but this is something that we have to continue to fight. We have to continue to strive. And Jannah is not going to be easy, so it's going to always be a struggle. And when it get hard, we should remind ourselves that this life is temporarily, Jannah is forever. This is something that we should always just add it up, do our math. You know what I mean? Do the math. Do you want $1 or $100? Or a bank account that never ends? This is what Jannah is. So when it get hard here, we always say, well, we're not going to be here forever anyway. You know what I mean?
So we'll take these 2 questions here, then the last one in the back, and then we'll finish up.
When I was younger, I always used to listen to Tupac and Outlawz. So, and I was one of good friends, so I was just wondering like, if he ever thought about Islam or accepted it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pop never accepted Islam. He knew about Islam. You know, he had many family members that was Muslim, but he never accepted Islam. You know, he allowed me Muslims. You know.
Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to ask, for the brothers that just come out of prison, like, they come out of that corrupt environment, like, what advice do you have towards those people?
I think one, the brothers got to be patient with them, and the community got to support them, because sometimes we have brothers that come home from jail, they might walk in the Masjid with a tank top on, sagging, and the first thing the elders say, get out of here, this and that, chase them away, right back to prison. You know what I mean? So I think we have to be patient with them and understand, like you said, they come from that environment. Nah, welcome home, hayakallah. And I think for yourself, man, very important, surround yourself with good brothers. Because you definitely don't want to go back there. Surround yourself with good brothers, mashallah, and practice the deen. How old are you? 20, mashallah. You Hispanic? Muslim? Pakistan, Indian? Okay, mashallah, mashallah. Just surround yourself with the good brothers, you know what I mean? And just keep striving. Alhamdulillah, everything is cut up a lot. Don't feel bad about your past. You know, and it was written for you. That's one chapter of your life. Now you just got to move on. You know that was a mistake. You probably, you know what I mean, just got to move on and better yourself, inshallah. All of us, better ourselves, inshallah. Allah make it easy for you to keep you out of here, man.
Takbir!
Go.
Takbir!
We still have one more question. So we'll take the awesome afterwards, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Just for coming here tonight. I just want to ask you, now that you've embraced Islam and you have made a complete 180 in your life, I know that there are influences and obviously financial being one of them to come back to this life. How do you fight that, and what advice do you have against others who want to make a they want to make that quick buck, in order to, how do you fight them and say that Islam is the way? This is my bank account, not the dunya bank account.
By the way, for those of the brothers that are going outside for the food, it's not being served yet. So you're going out for no reason.
Just like my kid. First of all, just in case there's any Hispanics here, I ain't want to offend nobody. It doesn't seem like only Hispanics go to jail. Myself, I'm half Hispanic myself. He just got a look. He looks Spanish. Also, this is the first time I ever heard a Pakistani doing time, man. So, so no disrespect to any of my brothers and sisters that's Hispanic. Also, man, for me, I'm thankful that, I knew that lifestyle. I had money. You know what I mean? I tasted money, and I know for a fact that happiness is not going to come from that lifestyle. So I'm thankful that Allah put nothing in my heart to say, let me go back and get it, because I know the evil and the heartaches that I got from that lifestyle, from haram money. I know that haram money don't last. So for anybody that want to do haram money and want to get it in a haram way, we have to understand that Allah is our razak. He's the provider. So you have a better chance getting money being obedient to Allah. One of the things that stop our risk, our money, is actually sins. So the Prophet ﷺ said, all our risk, our provision is written for us. So whether you do haram or not, halal, be patient, you're going to get it. But when you go and try to do it in haram way, not only are you getting haram money, you also getting bad deeds. And the Prophet ﷺ said, the one that eats from haram money, the hellfire has more rights over him. And haram money is haram money. Drug dealing, selling alcohol, riba, interest, this is haram. This is a disease that the Prophet ﷺ said, if this is your wealth, the hellfire has more rights over burning. So we want to stay away from that. And Allah is our provider, man. As long as we stick to Allah, we might not be rich, we might not get a mansion in this life, you might not get the car you want in this life, but we have a chance to get an agenda. So that's all we should remind ourselves about, you know what I mean? And that doesn't mean you just become a bum and don't do anything. Because we know in the religion of Islam, it's permissible to get money, as long as it's according to the religion of Islam. Because if a person has money and spend it in the way of Allah, this is a good thing. The Prophet ﷺ said one of the people that you can be jealous of is a person that Allah gives wealth and he spent his money in the way of Allah morning and night. You know what I mean? So may Allah bless us to be amongst these rich people. Ameen. You know?
I want to say to the brother for coming all the way out here and being patient with us and all of our 40,000 questions. But inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him and bless his family for making the trip all the way down here and putting in his scale of good deeds, inshallah, on the day of judgment. So inshallah, I know all of us, alhamdulillah, like we listen to this, but unfortunately a lot of the time we have the problem where we'll hear something and it'll move us or motivate us right then when we hear it. And then the second we step out of these doors, we're just thinking about, hey man, that chicken is good. That's all we're thinking about. We're only thinking about the food. And that's not something that we want to do. We want to all remember and implement everything that we've heard here and at least take one little thing that he said. So he said trying to motivate and bring the people towards better company and trying to bring them and surround them around better people. Alhamdulillah, here at the Masjid, we try and facilitate that. We have the youth groups for the brothers. We have them on Mondays after Isha. And we have the sisters youth group, inshallah, which is starting on Fridays. It's going to be at the same time. We have the halaqat that go on through here throughout the week on Tuesdays after Isha. And we have different programs. We have the nightly lectures after Isha, and we have the morning lectures after Fajr. And all of these things, we want to encourage all of you to come, because it's these things that will keep us and bring us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and keep us on that straight path and gather us around the right people. And just inshallah, if I can just end with one little thing, not really home, I don't want to call it homework because that'll scare everyone, but just a little thing that inshallah all of us can try and just say, honestly, it only takes not even a minute, 30 seconds, inshallah. It's a dua that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ encouraged people to say. And it's a dua that many of the scholars and the tabi'een and the companions, that they all say. And specifically, it's a story narrated in Sunan Abu Dawud and Tirmidhi of a man named Alqamah. And for some reason, he had to migrate to a different place, some other place. And he didn't know the people that he was going to be around. So immediately, the first thing that he did when he got to this new place where he knew no one, he went to the Masjid. And that shows the importance of the Masjid. That shows the importance of coming to the Masjid. The second thing he did was, he prayed 2 rak'ahs, and then he raised his hands and he made dua. And the dua that he made was, Allahumma yassir li